Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Traumatize Me, Captain.
Traumatize me, Captain.
Cool accent this time.
Thanks.
Love
It was a cross between actual Captain Crunch and the general car insurance dude.
I love it. For great car. My name's Rachel FJ. I'm your co-host.
Me llamo Richie Apje, and I'm your other co-host.
Other co-host. That's the nice thing about co-hosting. It's funny how the dogs were silent until we started talking, and she's not a part of the conversation. And now she just is devastated over there.
Yeah.
Miss Lady. This is episode number 5.
Mambo number 5.
That's kind of crazy. So far, all of our episodes have been produced, recorded, everything all by us. And they've all gone out on time.
Yeah.
This one might be different. It's supposed to drop in about 12 hours. Sam Miller always says you should have episodes in the bank. Nate Jackson says you should have like 20 episodes before you even put anything online. Me?
Yeah.
I got through college turning in stuff at 11:59.
Nice.
There's no difference here. Because life is overwhelming.
Yeah. Life be lifin'.
I'm definitely feeling it. I am feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
There it is.
It's been a week.
It's crazy how pop culture has conditioned us to just make references whenever certain combinations of words show up.
Yeah. I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
And other things.
The table.
The table.
It's broken.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Anytime the number 5 comes up, I
Mambo
just
number
did that.
5?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a good thing?
Ooh, good thing.
I'm going to light a candle. That feels like the right thing to do right now. Sorry, ADHD. Go ahead. What's your good thing?
Good thing. I think, pretty sure that Tori and I's relationship is inching closer and closer to like classic dad-daughter shit.
Yeah.
Like the other day when I picked her up it was yesterday. I noticed she was very, very talkative, and my first thought was like, oh my gosh, this kid just won't stop talking. But then the next thought was like, oh, she feels comfortable not stopping talking to me. So that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. I was like, first thought was, can we just listen to this song, please? And then next I was like, oh, yeah, well, she doesn't necessarily like this song, and she has stuff to say.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
You should try to listen to a podcast with her in the car.
Oh, boy.
Nightmare. It's a nightmare. I agree, though. I feel like I'm noticing that from the outside looking in, too. It seems like a lot more agreeable, stable, safe. Not that it was ever unsafe or unstable, but it just is like there's trust being built.
Yeah, there's a difference between being safe and having the kid believe that.
Yeah.
Just like with grown-up stuff, like the reality can be what it is, but your brain can still make you think that it's not the case.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
What's your good thing, babe?
My good thing. We picked out our Christmas tree this morning.
It's true, we did.
It was, I wasn't ready for that. Just because I had a late night.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to sleep in. To be honest, I wanted to sleep in. But my aunt is wonderful. She had mimosas ready for us, for me, and biscuits and gravy. And we ate breakfast. And we went and we picked out our Christmas tree. And we came home and I laid on the bed for an hour. It was delightful. Other good thing, I'm on a run of good shows. So that's delightful. Thursday, we got to open for Nate's November crowd work joint, which was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. The crowd was amazing.
Yeah.
It was, I feel like I had one of the best sets I've had in a long time. And he was watching, which was amazing.
Yeah. He didn't see my set, but I feel the same way about mine. Um, like before I even said anything, it felt like they were on board with me or whatever, wherever I was going to lead them. So
Yeah, I love that.
yeah.
And last night I did Safe Word in Seattle, which was super fun. And I just I watched the video back from last night, and I was obnoxious.
What?
I was so obnoxious. Bobby was, so if you don't know, Safe Word is a comedy show produced by Bobby Higley. Amazing, incredible show where they take different kinks and they apply it to stand-up comedy. So like you have to perform in a puppy mask, or you have to perform while we're putting ice cubes on you or drawing on you or giving you a massage. And last night I got shocked and tased. So I had a shock collar on and a vibrator that I had to, like a little massager thing that I had to like hang on to while I was performing, and I did not handle it well.
Uh-oh.
Like I feel like my set was still fun. I still had fun. But I was shrieky, and I was lashing out at the audience. Not Bobby. Everyone was having a good time. It wasn't like a meltdown moment, but I went back and watched the video and I was like, oh, this is never seeing the light of day. Yeah. And then tonight I have a show at the Marysville Opera House. So we'll see if that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to plug shows? You got anything to plug? We got the Laughing Elk.
Yeah, Laughing Elk is this Wednesday, November
9th.
8th, 9th?
8th or 9th. It's conference day, so I will be
It's the 8th then.
rolling up at the very last second.
Yeah, November 8th, Wednesday.
Mhm.
Get your tickets on well, I guess we can post it, but it's on they're on the McMenamins website, right?
Yep. Search for the Laughing Elk.
Yeah.
Find the Laughing Elk on Instagram. Click the link in our bio.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a link in our bio. You could probably click it.
Yeah, I can make sure of that after we wrap this up, but
Delightful. What else you got?
then just the dope show on November 18th.
Sweet. I'm doing that too. I'm doing 2 dope shows in one day.
Yeah.
On November 18th, and that is going to be that's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a fun day for me.
So yeah. It's the one that we're both on is in Bremerton at the Roxy Theater.
Yes. Very fun venue.
The one that I will be DDing for to and from our way from Tacoma to Bremerton.
Yeah.
We'll be at Tacoma Comedy Club downtown.
Their afternoon show. So I'll do that. And then I'm going to skedoodle to Bremerton with you, and it's going to be delightful.
Yeah. So all my Kitsap County folks, you can come see us there.
If you're in Bellingham, tomorrow, November 4th, if this episode gets out on time, I'll be hosting at the Aslan Depot. So that's cool.
That's a fun one.
I'm doing Leave Your Troubles on November 15th at Comedy Bar in Seattle, Capitol Hill. Very fun. Then the next day, I'm back on Capitol Hill doing Shades of Funny at Olmsted. So that should be fun. Then I've got that day of dope shows. And then on the 19th, I'm roasting Tony Peters. And I'm going to make him cry.
Nice. You gonna talk about his teeth?
Yes, I am.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's what's cooking up. That's what's coming up. I'm on a long run right now of not taking any days off, and I'm feeling it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm on the other side,
Yeah.
just parenting.
Yeah, which is also no days off.
Yeah.
This episode, what did we decide we wanted to talk about?
Trauma responses.
Trauma. Yeah, trauma responses.
I looked up some common ones.
Oh, good. Do we want to like define what a trauma response is?
Sure.
Okay, a trauma response, according to Google.com, is initial reactions. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Please hold. This is holding music. A trauma response is a long-term reaction unpredictable emotions, flashbacks, blah, 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 after experiencing a traumatic event.
Yeah. And from the ptsd.va.gov,
Lovely.
the National Center for PTSD, this is from their website, common reactions after trauma. Common reactions to trauma are losing hope for the future,
Mm-hmm.
feeling distant, detached, or losing a sense of concern about others,
Mm-hmm.
being unable to concentrate or make decisions. That might have been pre-existing for us.
I was gonna say you're just. I feel like my. Is this my personality type? Are you sure
Mhm.
on the right website?
Feeling jumpy and getting startled easily at sudden noises,
Mm-hmm.
feeling on guard and alert all the time,
Mm-hmm.
having dreams and memories that upset you, having problems at work or school, avoiding people, places, and things related to the event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that was like a checklist, I'm checking almost all of them.
Yeah.
And that's a tricky thing. Trauma responses can be very unpredictable too. Like people think when it's like a trauma response that it's like immediately after the trauma happens, but they can endure for years, for lifetimes after.
Mm-hmm.
Like it like can permanently change the way your brain responds to stimuli.
Yeah. Speaking of, I think with our history of miscarriages,
Yeah.
I say "are" loosely because I'm not like you're the one who actually physically went through them. But
We did it together.
yeah, um, I get hemorrhoids in my butthole. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Uh, I am very jaded to babies and infants now.
Yeah.
Like whenever people like post their cute baby pictures at the pumpkin patch or today there was a bunch of little infants and toddlers waddling around because they haven't learned how to walk good yet. Like normally that elicits a like oh response, but it's like goddamn kids. That's what my brain does now.
Yeah. That's
Like
kind of what my brain did. It's interesting the difference in the trauma response with that because I had that response immediately after,
mm-hmm.
like when we were going through it. I had that response. And as the years have gone on, it's diminished. It's almost gone. Like I almost never think that or feel that anymore. But I had a lot of like happy for you, sad for me, like bitterness, crankiness. And it feels like you're getting like a delayed, like it's hitting you differently.
Well, I mean the jaded to baby thing, like that was almost instant and just everlasting till now. Like I just
Yeah.
but like the sadness accompanying it, I think that is fairly newish.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it's kind of like an apathy mixed with, I guess, apathy means that you're not feeling anything, but like it goes back and forth between apathy and just bummed out.
Yeah.
Like not, I don't know.
Well, and it's hard too because it's most people can have a child. Most people can have children. And so we get to watch everyone we love, all our friends right now. They're in that stage of life, right? Where they're having beautiful babies, they're starting their family, they're doing all these wonderful amazing things, and we get to watch it and see how amazing and happy it is and like it can feel like we have lost hope for the future of like that won't be us. Like
Mm.
will we ever get to experience that? Which is like it's a given for a lot of people, but for us it's like I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So that sucks.
Yeah. And like there are steps I can take to be more proactive if it's something I really wanted, but it is like re-traumatizing to go through. Like the medical appointments and the shots and medication and all that stuff that goes along with getting treatment.
Yeah.
Let alone the cost. The cost is outrageous.
That too.
So
And then like even if you think about the natural quote unquote route of like make sure your body's primed or whatever to
Yeah.
have a healthy baby environment. Like, that's not guaranteed either. So
Exactly. And like it's not necessarily going to fix anything if there's something else wrong. You know, it's like the hard part for us is we don't know what the problem is. It's unexplained. And so there's not like I don't feel like there's anything I can do to change it. Which maybe that's a trauma response, but I feel like, and maybe it's like protecting myself, like I just have to believe that like it is what it is. You know.
Yeah, so that's losing hope for the future.
What's next?
Feeling distant, detached, or losing a sense of concern about others. I think my concern for others, I don't think that's gone away for me, but
Weren't you just like, fuck them kids?
I mean, about...
Yeah, no, I hear you. It was a joke.
This is a serious podcast, okay?
I made a joke. I'm sorry.
Don't make jokes on this podcast.
Sorry. I'll be serious.
I was kidding, because that's obviously not true.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I definitely feel that like distancing myself is something that I kind of naturally do when I experience trauma. I like want to go like hide. And then I get on stage and I tell everybody I meet for the next couple of years. And the, what is it? Lack of compassion for others or lack of
Concern.
Concern. I feel like I get that in small chunks. Like, and it's like a knee-jerk reaction where I'm like, ugh, and then I like use my logical brain and can get away from that. But there, I mean, when you've been beaten down by life, it is very easy to kind of like see other people going through things that you don't see as intense or as hard as what you're going through, and to be like, are you really complaining about that right now?
Yeah.
Really? That's what you're complaining about? Your wide knuckles? Like that's what you're upset about? I don't know.
Wide knuckles?
I don't know, I was just trying to think about like something something stupid. Someone would be like, my life is so hard because my knuckles are wide. I can't wear any rings. I don't know what the fuck where did that come from? I don't know. Yeah, but it can be easy sometimes to play trauma Olympics.
Yeah. It's I don't know. Everyone's going through their own shit, but yeah. It's I think that's where, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before, but sometimes I find myself like with children being loud or just being kids. I find myself being much more patient with brown kids than white kids.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing? And then with brown kids, like, oh, there's just a kid.
Yeah.
Running around.
Interesting.
And then when they get fussy, like, what do you're...
You have white privilege. What do you mean you want food? You have white privilege. You don't need a diaper.
I mean, not that, but like...
But also...
all your needs are being met. What are you...
I had to walk uphill both ways in the racist snow to get to school. No, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. Yeah, trauma responses can be tough. They can be tough. And I have them with like the kid stuff. I also have them with like my sister. In the car accident, there was quite a long time where I was a nightmare to ride with in the car because all I could think about at any second was the car behind me is going to slam into me and we're going to die. Or we're going to like hit the car in front of us because we're not going to hit our brakes in time. And and it's like every second was like...
Yeah, I have noticed that's gotten a lot better recently.
Yeah. Thanks to Prozac.
Yeah.
Thanks to Prozac. This is an official ad.
Like there was a while when like I would just turn my signal on to change lanes and you'd grab the...
But it's like my brain was telling me like, you were in danger. It was completely involuntary. My heart would start beating really fast. So there was a time where like I would have to drive because when I was in control and I was driving, I felt safe. And when someone else was driving, I did not feel safe. Even if it's like someone who I know has my back, someone who I know is going to take care of me, someone who I know would like
Yeah.
take a bullet for me, you know? But like trauma responses are not logical.
Yeah. I'm only gonna drive dangerous if I'm the only one in the car.
Yeah. Don't do that though, please. Give me more trauma.
Yeah.
I see it at school too because I'm a teacher, and so I see it trauma responses from the kids sometimes. Like sometimes behavior you see from a child that feels annoying or feels like unreasonable or it feels like they are just like being a brat or whatever is related to a trauma. I sound like a therapist right now, but
Yeah.
it's about their mom, okay?
Yeah.
But the
Disclaimer: we're not doctors, but
no, not at all. But I definitely see like trauma responses that are irrational to the naked eye, but understanding context about the kids you work with and the kids that I teach in my community, I can make sense of them more. Like sometimes if it gets noisy, there's certain kids that will just like run and hide under a table. And I'm like, oh, you're not in danger. Like
yeah.
we were just learning got loud for a second.
Yeah.
Or like if they perceive themselves to be in trouble, they like will shut down or there's it comes in all different forms. Sometimes it's screaming and yelling.
Tori does that a lot. If she perceives that she's about to be in trouble, then
Yeah.
like I'm just trying to talk stuff out with her, and then she just goes silent and stares at me like I'm a freaking wall.
Yeah. You are a brick house though. Hey. Sorry. I'm sorry.
You're the one that's stacked.
Stacked?
Mm-hmm.
Copper, you are too fat to be jumping on my lap. If you're watching on YouTube, you just got some good beagle action. The dogs are absolutely going feral over here.
Yeah.
Y'all are out of control. Yeah, those trauma responses, man.
Mm-hmm. Should we just move through this list, or?
Yeah, let's do it. What's next?
Okay. Being unable to concentrate or make decisions. I have, you probably get decision fatigue just from being a teacher.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've gotten that a little bit. Not obviously not to the extent that you do, but like when I have days where it's just me and Tori all day, I get that sometimes. Like,
Oh,
especially she doesn't know what she wants to eat, so I have to make that decision for her over and over and over again. And then she doesn't like what I want to give her.
Yeah.
And then in the mornings when I go to get an outfit for her, she hates it. It's like, why am I even up right now? I
Yeah.
could be asleep right now.
Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah. The decision fatigue, and I also feel like you have the like paralysis of like when there's a lack of structure, which I struggle to. Like summertime, I turn into a goblin because I have no structure, and so I really struggle to like use that executive function to decide like what tasks am I going to complete today and how much time are they going to take and like what is an appropriate amount of work to do in one day. And so I just get paralyzed and I do nothing.
Yeah.
So that's what I do in the summertime.
Yeah. That I have spurts and waves of that that I thought you pulled the mic away to be like, what the
No. No. I just was going to take a deep breath and I didn't want it to be in
yeah. Some of those spurts and waves last longer than others, but yeah, I definitely get that being unable to concentrate, especially when there are two dogs playing in my line of sight.
Yeah, they're being ridiculous right now. Oh my God. I wish you guys could see this.
Too bad you can't.
They are just idiots.
So, yeah, the being able to concentrate is a big one,
Yeah, that's hard.
and I don't know. I can't say for sure if that's just a trauma response or if it's just been exacerbated by everything we've been through. Because, yeah, if I don't have a direction to go in the first place, I kind of can be unable to make a first move
Yeah.
to do anything
Mm-hmm.
anyway. But yeah. Anyway, next one.
Next one. What's next?
Feeling on guard and alert all the time. Yeah.
That was me in the car.
I feel like when I get overstimulated and overwhelmed, like that panic attack I had the other night,
Yeah.
that's a combination of that and being unable to concentrate or make decisions. I was like trying to cook dinner, like having multiple things going at once, and then having the dogs doing what they do.
Mm-hmm.
That's another long story. It's not really a long story. It's just dogs being stupid.
Waking up the kid.
Yeah. So it was, it's a lot of that. But yeah, the feeling on guard and alert all the time. I might need to put them to bed.
That's okay. I'll just hold his mouth shut.
I think that one gets combined with other stuff to make shit just almost unbearable to deal with, and then it, for me, that manifests as me sitting on the couch or like needing to go lay down. And then that doesn't help anything because then nothing gets done, and then I feel bad about not getting anything done, and then I have another panic attack.
Yep. It is a vicious cycle, a negative feedback loop.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I think for me that one too, because a lot of the time my brain, as far as parenting goes, and I've gotten better at this lately, but like I'll have the end goal in mind of like the result of parenting and having Tori grow up to be a well-adjusted adult,
Yeah.
and that's just not going to happen with every single micro decision that we make.
Yeah. You got to take it one day at a time. You got to let some days be goblin days.
Yeah. Because like having Halloween candy when we get home, even though she had Halloween candy with her lunch, like that's not gonna make her rob a KFC or something, you know?
No, she's robbing the candy store. Yeah.
I was just making a
Oh, I get it because my brother robbed a KFC.
yeah.
And he went to jail. So don't rob a KFC or you'll go to jail.
Well, I mean, yeah. You're just we got some. We're still working out kinks.
Yeah, just
Speaking of safe word.
Jess and Sam figured out how to get their camera to go the whole time.
Yeah.
Jess and Sam, fill me in, brother. Let me know what I'm missing to make my camera record for an hour straight instead of stopping at 29 minutes.
Jess and Sam, Cess and Jam.
Doo-dah, doo-dah. Sorry.
That's all right.
Cool. Good talk.
Next one. Having dreams and memories that upset you.
Trauma is just a memory that upsets you, right? That's what it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's upsetting. I had weird dreams after the miscarriage stuff. Like the one I remember the most, that was the most vivid after one of my miscarriages. I don't even honestly know which one. I had a dream that I had given birth. I had a baby, and it was tiny. It was like tiny, like smaller than the palm of my hand. Like it was like a jelly bean sized baby, which makes sense cognitively because of when my miscarriages happened. But in my dream, I had my baby. It was alive. It just was tiny, and I lost it. I couldn't find it because it was so small.
Yeah.
I lost it like an AirPod. And I just was panicking, and I was like tearing my house apart. And I called my mom in my dream, and I was like, I lost my baby. And like, not like I had a miscarriage. Like I literally lost the little fucker. And it's like the size of a jelly bean. And I just remember waking up from that dream like, whoa, that's a lot.
Yeah. I've had, I think, trauma-related dreams, but not with my trauma-related dreams are mostly alcohol-related.
Yeah.
Especially since one time I was drunk and sleepy at the wheel, and I crashed my car into a tree. So yeah, the ones that I can remember are usually related to that, like falling off the wagon or just in general, like drinking again, or alcohol and car related stuff. Like I'll start spinning out, and then I'll wake up all flaily.
Yeah.
Um,
You do this thing before you go to sleep, and it is adorable, but also sometimes it scares me.
what?
Where you're like laying down and you're like, your eyes will be closed. You'll be like almost asleep, and you just go, You just start humming, and I'm like, ah!
Yeah, I notice when I do that, and it wakes me up, but I'm mostly just want to go right back to sleep. So then I'm like half asleep after I just hummed myself awake.
Yeah, it's so
I do that in the
weird.
car too.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, you're a weirdo. Breaking news.
I remember one time specifically, I was in the passenger seat, which is supposed to be like the navigator seat for the driver. So you shouldn't fall asleep there, but I
Yeah.
did. My mom was driving, so she knew where she was going. It was fine. But I like did a whole kick in that thing,
Yeah.
and then I was like, "Oh, this is just too embarrassing. I need to stay asleep."
Yeah. I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. You do. You fall asleep in the car like a baby. Like,
Yeah.
it's infuriating.
I think because when I'm not driving, like I get motion sickness a lot in cars,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the ways to deal with that is just to sleep through it.
Really? There we go. It's like my anxiety medication. It just knocks me out. Can't be anxious if you're sleeping.
Yeah,
Actually, you can. Actually, you can be anxious when you're sleeping.
that's the trauma
That's the
response
dreams.
we're on right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely had some good dreams. I've also had dreams like about my sister that like she didn't really die. She just like snuck off and she like comes back and we're like, what the fuck, dude? We thought you were dead.
Oh, really?
And then she comes back and she's like, haha, gotcha. So I've had that one a couple times, like different iterations of it.
What the fuck is in this urn then?
Yes. I'm like, who is on my shelf? Because I thought, who knows? Who knows?
Opening it up is just a bunch of like recipes. I don't know why that was the first thing that I thought
It's
of.
full of sewing supplies. That's hilarious.
Oh, Copper's trying to sing along
Are
too.
you singing too, buddy? Come here. Are you singing?
The next two
He just fucking...
are having problems at work or school and avoiding people, places, and things related to the event.
Yeah. I don't necessarily have problems at work or school because work is school.
Mhm.
I actually thrive kind of at work in my times of like chaos and trauma. Like, I love my job so much. I love these stinking kids. They're just the best.
Literally stinking because they are.
They are fifth graders.
Yeah.
Uh, it just brings me joy. My job brings me so much joy that when I'm in the midst of chaos, my job has so much structure, which is really good. And it also just like it fills my cup, like to hang out with young people and to help them learn. And they also found my podcast. That's not why I'm talking them up right now, but they did Google me and find the podcast, so that's unfortunate. But no, it when I am going through it, I actually do. I feel better when I'm at work. I'm probably less on top of my like tasks I have to do. Like I'm probably not grading things as quickly. I'm probably not replying to emails like I should. But being at work in the space with the children and my coworkers, like that is helpful for me.
Yeah. When I was still working, I would
Copper.
most of the time when I would be having a bad day at work, it was like, yes, it was because of my brain like cycling through just bad thoughts related to the trauma and stuff. But
Yeah.
at the core of it, I know I feel a lot better when I take care of my basic biological needs. So like I'll eat something like, oh yeah, I was just hangry, but also like it was amplified um, by trauma related responses.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, taking care of yourself is like one of the first things to go by the wayside when you're dealing with mental health in general, but also when it relates to trauma responses, because I found that they are very much linked.
Yes.
Um,
Definitely.
so yeah, if you ever see me dipping into that a little bit, like, well, I thought this was a trauma podcast, not a mental health podcast. Like they're
It's
very much linked.
literally, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same picture.
So, yeah, and then the last one, avoiding places, events, or yeah,
Avoiding nouns.
avoiding nouns related to the event, which is also a noun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gone back to the street
Mm-hmm.
where my sister's accident was. Every time I drive past the hospital where my mom died, I'm like, ooh, get a little yucky feeling in my tummy. The doctor's offices I went to, the emergency rooms I went to when I was having my miscarriages, when I was getting fertility treatment, all of those things, I avoid. So I feel that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some physical experiences, like upset stomach, trouble sleeping, pounding heart, rapid breathing, feeling shaky, sweating, severe headache if thinking of the event,
I haven't had the headache. I do be sweaty though.
not keeping up with exercise, diet, safe sex, or regular health care.
I mean, that's just what I do normally, but also, man, I'm really behind on my safe sex.
Yeah, we only have dangerous sex.
Yeah, with grenades. Where are they going? I'll never tell. I'll never tell.
And we always do it above alligator infested moat.
Yes.
So
Yeah. I'm wondering about our segment. Should we move on, or do you think we've sufficiently talked about trauma responses? Is there more you want to?
well, I think this was a good like
Intro part 1.
yeah
Yeah.
base to make our talking points on, because like all we can do is look at what smarter people have said and talk about how it relates to our lives.
100%.
I think we did that.
I think we did too. I think we did a really good job.
Yeah.
Bitch, you doing a good
I
job.
guess
Bitch, you doing a good
for
job.
the last one, avoiding stuff, I do kind of like, unless they're like directly related to me, I do keep kids kind of at arm's length now. Yeah, I don't really like being handed a baby like I used to be.
I love it. I love baby. Give me your babies. I will hold them.
I've been trying. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
uh,
She's fussy.
no, but I used to be like, because I've been an uncle for a little while now. Like I loved when Harmony was a baby. Like, yeah, give me that baby.
Yeah.
I used to be very much on board with, and now like I don't know. I'm just very hesitant to hold the baby.
Yeah.
Especially with, I don't know. I have Xavier, who the only time I ever got to look at him was at his funeral. So that was,
Yeah.
If you haven't seen an infant in a casket, let me tell you, it's a trip.
Yeah. I've only seen them in the toilet. Mine didn't even get casket. They got a porcelain casket. That's what our kids got. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Too much? Sorry. That's what happened, though.
Yeah. Anyway, I was having a thought, but never mind.
Sorry. No. You saw
I
Xavier.
lost.
You
I
saw
lost it.
Xavier in the casket. You said if you've never seen an infant in a casket, it's a
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah.
So like that makes it weird for you to hold babies.
Yeah. I've kind of gotten over it a little bit, but I don't know. There's like that's why I was kind of and I know that Xavier's death was not caused by anything I did.
Yeah.
Like I feel bad for not being there for any of the less than a month of his life, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't. It just brings up a lot of feelings and like even with our friends over. I'm not gonna name names, but
Our Marpar friends.
yeah, even with our new infant, very cute, very squishable baby.
Oh, he's so cute.
But first time I met him, I was like, "Oh, hey, little dude!" Like, not like trying to feign excitement, but and like I am excited for any of you that are new parents having like little babies and stuff. But I don't know. It's like I've been to a funeral for one, and then we've had 5 of ours not pan out. So it's
Yeah.
uh,
It's not the same experience that we've had. So our
yeah,
experience is it's easy to be jaded and bitter and
yeah. Like there's that,
detached.
yeah. There's definitely some shades of I don't want to say jealousy, but like that kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
Envy.
yeah.
I feel that.
Like y'all got the squishable part, which I mean,
I mean, you could reach in there and squish it if you really wanted. I'd invite you. I'd bring you in.
I was like we just skipped straight to 8-year-old, which is
Yeah.
it's in I don't know, it's
Pros and
rewarding
cons.
and yeah, we didn't have to change diapers, but
Yeah.
I don't know, it's different building this connection than with that, which
Yeah.
again back to the loss of hope for the future. I don't know if we're ever gonna have that, you know.
Mm-hmm. I hope someday we do, but
Yeah.
who knows? I gotta detach myself from the outcome, otherwise I will spiral.
Yeah.
So, shall we? Shall we make a hard left?
Yeah, hard left into
Who hurt you?
who hurt you?
Who hurt you? I have an idea for who hurt you this week. That is not an influencer per se, but a human I encountered in the wild.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay, so one of the days this week, I had you pick up the child from school so I could go run some errands.
Oh, okay, this one.
And I had to go to the bank. I had to get a new debit card because mine has been lost for months. And I got a new phone, so I lost my Apple Pay, so I didn't have any way to get to my money.
And to be fair, you were that previous card was not in the best condition anyway.
My wallet is like sandpaper somehow. I don't understand how it was like cracked and like you could like it had like two. It was like the ink was coming off of it.
Mm-hmm.
It just was not
Yeah.
not in its best shape. It's
Yeah.
seen better days. And I lost it in my house. It's here somewhere. Where? I don't know. I may never know. But I had to go to the bank to get a new debit card, and I went in. It was like 5 o'clock on a Thursday or something, and the bank was full. Like it was pretty full. There were people waiting in line for the ATM. There was a woman, bigger woman. She was sitting at her desk, and then there was this man that had like a veteran's hat or whatever, and this old white guy, of course, was sitting with her and yelling at her. He was like, "I need to pay my rent. I need to pay my rent." And like yelling at her, and she's like, "Okay, sir, like, okay, yeah, we'll do it." And she's wearing this very normal shirt. She's wearing a very normal shirt. She's a bigger woman. She has a larger chest. And so normal shirts on people with large chests can sometimes, you can see their body. Oh no. And he is yelling at her about paying his rent, and he wants a check made out to the Church of the Latter-day Saints because he's paying his tithes. And she's like typing away on her computer, doing what she needs to do to get this man what he's screaming at her about. And he says, "Can I say something to you? And I don't think you're going to like it." And she was like, "Okay." And he said, "Can you zip up your jacket, please?" And she said, "No, actually, I can't. It's busted." And she like lifted up the zipper. And he said, "I am a deeply religious man, and I don't like looking at women's cleavage." And I just watched her face, like, just like, she was like, "What the fuck?" But she handled it so well. And she hiked her shirt all the way up to her chin to appease this fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I couldn't believe it. And I just was like, pray about it. Pray about it, brother.
Yeah, there's a just claw your own eyes out if you're.
That's what the Bible says,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. There's a verse in there.
Yeah. And look, nothing wrong with being religious. Totally cool. But if someone's body existing makes you that uncomfortable, fucking don't leave your house. Go through the drive-thru.
Yeah.
Find an e-bank. Use your debit card. Come on, bro. Get a checkbook. There's so many solutions that are not humiliating this poor woman. And let me tell you, nobody else in this bank gave a shit about this woman's cleavage until he brought it up.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, I would literally have been like, "Don't look." Then don't look.
Yeah.
I would have kicked him out of the bank. I probably would have gotten fired. And I was shocked that she stayed so patient with him. And then I went and I was like getting helped. And I was like overhearing more. And by the end, he was like, "I really like you. I really like you. You're not all offended like everyone else. You're like really." And I'm like, "Oh, I fucking hate this guy."
Yeah. Most people who complain about people. Copper, shut up. Most people who complain about people getting offended too easily are the
Assholes.
ones who get offended by cleavage.
So who hurt him? The church.
Yeah, Church of the Latter-day Saints.
Clearly. But to the point where you are in public telling a woman that you're looking at her boobs, like that feels creepier or worse to me than like being butt-ass naked in the street.
I feel like being butt-ass naked in the bank too, though, would have been worse.
I would have whipped a titty out. That's what I would have done. I would have whipped one out. Knocked him out with it.
I don't know if there would be room in the bank for you to.
Do you remember that time we parked at Nate Jackson's Super Funny Comedy Club? There was nobody in the parking lot. He he parks, and there's like probably 50 parking spots to my right outside my door. And he goes, "You got room over there?" Monster.
You know what I meant? I
know
meant
exactly what you meant.
I meant did I park well? Are we in the lines? Like if there were a car in the next parking spot, would you have had room to get out?
Yeah. Anyways,
Because there is a real possibility that another car is going to park there, and by the time we have to leave, will you have room to get back into the car?
Yeah, that's true.
That's what that doesn't quite roll off the tongue, does it?
No, it doesn't. We got a lady sighting here. Oh my goodness, good girl. So who do we think hurt this man?
Well, you said he had a veteran hat on.
Yeah.
So this country for sure.
Yeah, true.
Probably abused as a kid because
True.
that's that generation of. They called it discipline. Now it's abuse.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably was always abuse, but they just called it different.
Yeah. He also was getting a cashier's check to pay his rent. So at his age, he still is renting. So there's probably a kiss of poverty in there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this country, not to get political, but
My wiener goes left. Sorry.
We talk all this big talk as a country about about taking care of our veterans and stuff, but then once they're not going over there to fight anymore, it's just like, okay, good luck out there, bud.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I've also heard stories of people who like were spies. I'm not going to say who or where it came from, but they were like spies, and the government didn't want to give them their VA benefits because they couldn't prove that they were in Vietnam because they were spies. So
That's
like it
wild.
wasn't like
Yeah.
crazy. So they had to like bend over backwards to get the people who put them in a situation where they're needing this healthcare to cover the healthcare that they need.
Yeah.
Infuriating.
Yeah. And the government kind of has a way of doing all these mental gymnastics to make themselves not culpable, but make all of the guilt and the money fall onto the people who don't have much of it. So
Yeah.
Anyway,
Snaps for you.
I worded that sloppily, but y'all know what I meant.
Yeah. You got any hot goss?
Hot goss buns. Ryan Gosling has some sweet buns. Just kidding. You don't think so? I've actually
No.
never taken a good look at his butt. I
don't find him attractive.
Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
Not even in La La Land?
No.
Playing that jazz piano?
No.
We are very late on movies and stuff, so we just recently watched La La Land.
Yeah.
Maybe we should watch the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
He's
That's
in
a great
that?
idea. It's on Paramount. I think we have that, or it's on HBO. And I have someone's password for that. So.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to my coworker.
Yeah,
Team.
I asked one of my friends about a Max password, but he said he already shares it with a bunch of people. So
Rude.
Yeah.
Well, I got one. So.
all right.
If anyone is interested in signing into HBO Max, the email is Tyson. I'm kidding.
Jesus,
That is his name.
you name dropping now?
Well, it's my coworker's whose account I'm using. It's her partner's email because it's it. Anyways, we're getting in the weeds.
Okay.
In the weeds.
Oh gosh. I don't know. I need to stop minding my own business, I guess, because
You really do. I have some really hot gossip.
But like, it's I don't know. It might be an ethnic thing, minding your own business.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because like, I don't know. It's a back and forth between like community, building community, and being part of the community, and minding your own business.
Yeah.
I tend to lean more towards the mind my own business because Lord knows I have my own shit going on in my brain.
Truly. I have some really hot gossip, but I don't think I have consent to share it on the pod, so I will not.
Yeah.
But I have some secondary hot gossip about my dear friend, Jackie Turgison. Oh, let me check the camera. Jackie Turgison is currently competing in the Seattle International Comedy Competition.
Woo woo!
Killing it.
Yeah.
She is killing it. She is doing the competition. I've done it twice, and both times I did it, I did not place at all. My only goal the second time I did it was to get in the top 5 one night. That's all I wanted. And I did worse the second time. So it was harder. It was a harder competition the second time. I was in the second week, so it was a lot of out-of-town people. A lot of the judges had seen my sets. I could make excuses all day. It didn't go well for me. And so my our friend and co-producer Jackie Turgison got 4th place, a tie for 4th place on night 1, and last night she got 3rd place.
Woo woo!
Woo, woo. It was announced that Luke Severide got 3rd and Jackie got 4th, but after the scores came out, Jackie actually got 3rd and Luke was tied for 4th or 5th or something like that. So very exciting for my friend Jackie. I am thrilled. And I also feel like with the competitions like that, because she's in it, I'm like, I get a little inside scoop.
Yeah.
Get the
She's
scores before
sounds like she's
everyone.
doing well. That competition can really be a test on your mental game,
Yeah.
from what I've heard.
I was crying in the Whidbey Island parking lot when I did it, so.
Yeah, maybe I'll do it next year. But I've said that for like 4 years in a row now. Like, maybe I'll do it next year. There was even a couple where I said, I'll definitely do it next year. But then I didn't. So, never done it. I don't know.
It's, yeah, I think it's a good time. The first time. All you need to do is get the credit. As a Seattle comedian, you got to get the credit. You got to say, I was in the Seattle International Comedy Competition. It sounds fancy anywhere you go. Doesn't matter if you make it past your prelims. It doesn't, if you can say semifinalist, finalist, that's cool too. But just saying that I was in the Seattle International Comedy Competition, everyone's like, international. That just means like there's one guy from Canada.
Lithuania too, right? That one guy?
Estonia.
Estonia.
Ari Maddie last year, the winner. I do have, let me say, I do have a track record of carpooling with the finalists in this competition. Because when Adam Posse did it, I think Adam got second to Nancy Norton. And that's how it should be. He got second to Nancy Norton, and he stayed with us. So I drove him the whole time, and I was like, well, I'm glad you're doing well. And then with Ari Maddie, I was driving him, I was his carpool too. So I was picking him up every night and driving him to the shows. And then he won it. So
Yeah.
I'm like a good luck charm for everyone but myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jackie, that's why you're doing so well. You're welcome.
What was that?
Wax on, wax off.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, well, shall we wrap it up?
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Okay.
Okay.
You do the thing?
Do you want to start this time?
Okay. First word that comes to mind that starts with the letter W. Have we done W before?
No.
Okay. W. 1, 2, 3. Whack.
Women.
Oh.
Ooh, wacky women.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Where
This
we
is
going
an
from
opportunity to be
here?
misogynistic.
Yep, let's do it. Okay.
Is it just one word, right?
One word that connects wacky and women.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2,
3.
3. Menopause.
Oh.
Oh. Titties and menopause.
Okay.
1,
2,
2,
3.
Saggy. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm so sorry to all my saggy titty babies out there.
Can I tell you the thought process on me saying wacky?
Yeah.
Because it was wacky and titties, right?
Mm-hmm.
My thought process was when you fall asleep and what happens with your titties, they go wacky.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they do be flapping around.
Yeah.
I'll wake up, it's fully out of the shirt. It's in the bathroom. My titty's in the bathroom somehow. I'm like, okay, come on, back with the class. Anyways, that's our episode. We will see you next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Love you. Bye.
I love you so much, and I hope you never change.